Hey y'all, it is Thursday, November 21st, 2013, and you're watching Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works with me, TexasDanielle. Real quick, I want to say I'm sorry if the video quality on this isn't that great. I had an old camera and I made the videos really scratchy and soundy, so I went and exchanged it, and I hope it was just that camera. If not, it might be me and I talk too loud. This week's question goes, when the scale stops moving in the direction you desire, what happens next? How do you move ahead? How do you make it move? What is the hardest part of seeing it not move? And when was the last time you wanted it to move and couldn't figure out how to make it move? So, I'm just going to take the questions in order because I wrote down notes because I have to do this video fairly quick. I'm trying to get it out to you guys before I go to work because I work really late today. So, for me, what do I do when the scale doesn't move in the direction I wanted it to? I weigh. I count my weekly weigh-ins. However, I am a daily weigher, and I have learned if I don't weigh daily, if I don't see the scale, I go batshit crazy. Oop, sorry guys. I go cray. All right. Sorry guys, drinking coffee too. My Vegas mug. So I know for me, I usually know when the scale's going to be up, and whenever that happens, I just say, okay, it is what it is. Let's move on from it. And I got a message from a friend a while ago, and she, basically saying everybody needs to quit worrying about this little 0.2 gain here, 1 pound gain here, this gain, that gain. Because if you look at the overall progress of your weight loss journey, it's a downward slope. And so I'm starting to look at my journey as a downward slope as opposed to week to week, and sometimes a gain just happens because your body is adjusting. So that is what I try to do whenever I see the gain. I say, all right, let's move on, and it's a general downward slope. How do you move ahead? Whenever I move ahead, if I don't know why that gain happened, meaning I didn't have a birthday party I went to, I didn't go drinking that weekend, I didn't travel, if I know the reason why I have the gain, it's okay because I can correct it right away. If I don't know why I have this gain, I look at my tracking because I track every day. I see what I've eaten, what I haven't eaten, what's my protein at, what's my water at, and if those aren't in point, I can pretty much tell you that's why I gained. And then I try to correct it. For me, I am a lap band patient, and so my clinic's rules is watch your protein, watch your carbs. I learned early on that if my carbs are 60 to 55 or lower, my body holds on to that weight like nobody's business. That's just too low of a carbs for me. So I have found that my green zone of my carbs is between 60 and 90 grams of carbs a day. And whether that is it's usually from milk, yogurt, dairy, or vegetables. I'm not going to lie, occasionally I do have a little treat, and that's when my carbs skyrocket, and then they go above my green zone, and therefore I gain. If it's a gain and I just have no reason why, and if it's one of those, this might be the dieter's mindset of my body is starving, let me have a treat, whereas I'll have a treat of something. Whereas pre-op, I would have had a treat day or 2 or 3. So every now and then, I think it's good to just shock our body with something high fat, high calorie, just to show it. It's not the apocalypse. We're going to get these treats at some point again. Let go of whatever you're holding on to. And I don't know if that's just a new mindset I need to get rid of, or if it's just a new pre-op. I'm only 9 months post-op lap band, so I'm still trying to learn my whole nutrition thing and get it down to what I need it to be at for me. The second question, sorry guys, my phone keeps timing out. What is the hardest part of not seeing the scale move? The hardest part for me is feeling like I sucked. Especially whenever it's one of those, I have no idea what happened. It's just stopped moving. But I'm very lucky in the aspect that I work for the public and I have a lot of regulars at my job. And the last time I had a stall, and it wasn't even a stall, it was just a very, very slow weight loss. my body was changing and I didn't realize it, but my customers noticed, and that made it more, all right, I'm changing, people are noticing, so I'm doing good, I'm still doing something right. Lo and behold, the next week I had like a 6-pound loss. So my body was just readjusting, and that is one of the things we have to tell ourselves is whenever that scale stops, sometimes our body internally is adjusting to what it is, because these are major changes to our bodies. The weight loss is a major change. So I try not to be too hard on myself. And then, when was the last time you wanted it to move and couldn't figure out how to make it move? That hasn't really happened yet for me for a length of time where it's consistently stayed at one weight. So I'm not quite sure how I'll deal with that when that happens. The last time it moved and I really didn't want it to move, and this is whenever it was my 3-week liquid diet post-op, right out of surgery. 3 weeks liquid diet. Oh man, that was tough. And I was mostly getting my calories in from my milk and my protein, because broth is really nothing except sodium. And that is whenever I learned my carbs, because once I started adding food back into there, I noticed my carbs were getting great, and that is when I figured out it's my carb level, because my protein was on point with or without the carbs, but it was the carbs. So that is how I see the questions this week. I will see you guys next week on Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works for a Thanksgiving edition. Woo! All right, bye guys.